Hey up. Do you see that guy? If you're from Halifax, you'll know that geezer. Hey up. Oh, it's a bandit. It's fucking bandit, brothers. This is fantastic. I don't believe it. Oh my god. The seller of the 790 Duke emails me. There's been a coolant leak on the bike. Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video on the channel. Well, it's been a while, hasn't it? Let's just address the elephant in the room. But not to worry, because I want to get back to a regular uploading schedule, and I mean it properly this time, because as you can see by the title, I'm getting a new bike, and not just any new bike, alright? A KTM 790 Duke. It's currently Saturday, and it'll be Thursday next week when I get my 790 Duke, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, anything can happen, and I've got a little bit of a story time for you in this video. But if all goes well, Thursday I could be riding home a 790 Duke, which again I am very excited for. Now I want to leave the actual look of the bike. Now everyone knows what a 790 Duke looks like, but I want to keep it as a bit of a surprise, because I'm going to make a video hopefully on the day of picking it up and riding it home, is the idea. But I'll leave that a little bit of a surprise for everybody. But as anyone who rides bikes will know, like, hey up. Interesting. As anyone who rides bikes will know, like big journeys on a 125, you're asking a lot of it. It's very hard and very demanding of not only the bike but the rider as well, to do like a 2, 3, 4 hour ride on a 125, especially if you're constantly on A roads. Like for me, I'm in Bradford, so if I want to go to Skipton or I want to go Lake District or anything like that, or any sort of national park, I have to go on these big A roads, and that's the majority of the ride, which is fun. But on a 125, you're just constantly caning the throttle, like you're constantly pinned. The engine's constantly sitting at 10k revs. It's like, afterwards I genuinely feel sorry for my little Duke. I'm like, mate, I'm sorry I had to put you through that, do you know what I mean? So there's going to be a lot more eventful, interesting, better rides to go on when I've got my 790 Duke, because it'll be less of an ask of the bike. It'll just be nice and easy cruising along. But before I get into the story about the 790 Duke currently, because I did have a bit of a tiff with it the other week, which I will explain. But before I do, me and my dad are just on our way to get some petrol. My dad told me to enjoy my 100 miles per gallon whilst it lasts, because he says once I've got my 790 Duke I will be at the petrol station more often than not. I've definitely got some big ideas planned for the big 26 on my 790 Duke. I'm talking your Lake Districts, maybe up to Scotland. I've locked my visor. I hate when I do this. You know what? Where that yellow van is, he's got Supreme there. Depends if these get out of the way first. Currently waiting for the Supreme petrol pump. Your indicator's still on. What? Your indicator's still on. Indicator. Okay now. And also, to be fair, the big thing, I passed my A2, obviously, hence why I'm getting a 790 Duke. Probably, I'll just put it in second rather than neutral. Fantastic. Thank you. But that's the big thing, really. I passed my A2.
Tell me if it gets past 15.
Right. Yeah.
Already?
1579, yeah. Anyway, there's not much to show you right now, so I will cut the video when we're back on road. See you then. I mean, could have gone then, but do I want to risk my life? Not really. Now, you know, not to flex, passed me mod 1 first time with no faults, and then obviously passed me mod 2 first time. That had a few faults, don't get me wrong. Hey up. Do you see that guy? If you're from Halifax, you'll know that geezer. Anyway, I think one of like my minors on the mod 2 was the fact that I was on a 40 road and then I hit signs for a 30, and I only slowed down to 30 after I'd passed the signs, which, yeah, whatever. You don't care, do you? Like when they've told you pass, it's like, mate, you could tell me I've got all the minors in the world. I don't really care, to be honest with you. But it also means, with me passing my A2 and upgrading to a 790, I am selling my beloved 125 Duke. Now, this bike, it was a diamond in the rough, you could say, if that's even the right phrase, because I think finding 125s nowadays with 1, low mileage, and 2, what I haven't been ragged the shit out of, and 3, I haven't had like a rubbish exhaust put on the back with the baffle taken out. I think it's quite rare to find 125s without all that extra rubbish. But this one, we're in a local garage near me, about 15 minutes away. It's a 2018 plate, 1,100 miles it had on when I picked it up, and I've had it just over a year. And I'm now on 3,600 miles. What's going on? But yeah, I'm on 3,614 miles. And you can see from the videos, I don't ride it like it's stolen. Do you know what I mean? So all of a sudden, it's turned into a sales pitch, you know. I'll tell you something. It's getting a little bit cold. It's just all of a sudden got a bit cloudy. But yeah, I can't wait to get my 790, honestly. If you've been on my channel for a while, you'll know that I've been debating long before getting my A2 licence whether I want a 790, Kawasaki Ninja 650 or Honda CBR, whatever it is. And I remember, I think is he called CB Rider on TikTok? He left a comment on one of my videos months ago, and he basically said if I were to get a Ninja 650 over a 790 Duke, it'd be one of the greatest mistakes I'd ever make. Because the torquiness of Dukes and KTMs in general is like much more fun to play about with, and plus it's sports versus naked in it. Maybe, you know, in the future, deep in the future, I'd play about and get a sports bike once I've got my full A and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just, you know what I mean, each to their own. I'd rather have a naked. It's much more comfortable, and especially if I want to do some more longer trips, I don't want to be lent over on my bars all day. Do you know what I mean? This video is sort of like a reintroduction to the Basmoto channel, and with how dormant I've been, I'd be very surprised if this video gets over 50 views, to be honest. But I want to get back into it, I really do. Like, I want to, you know, I want a future where I do this full time, but I want to focus on high production. I want to make some really cool videos, because at the end of the day, it's fun. I like making videos. I think that's a question a few people might ask, like, why a 790 Duke? And like I mentioned, the torquiness. I've seen videos and the sound of them is just unbelievable. And yes, to answer the question you're probably thinking or wanting to ask, I am getting it restricted, I know, boo. But trust me, knowing my luck, first day I'd either... Oh my god, is it raining? Oh no, don't say that. I feel like I can... This is really confusing. I can see like loads of raindrops on my visor here, but there's nothing else anywhere. What's going on? I don't know if it's just like muck or something. But yeah, I think the torquiness of the 790s, the fact that it's a naked bike as well, and the fact I love KTMs. Like the 790 is like the 125 Duke's older brother, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And then the 1290 or the 1390 is like the dad. And that's the journey I want to go on, really. I want to get on a 790, then I want to in a few years go up to a 1290. That's the idea. And you know what, as well, I was thinking about this, I wouldn't mind doing a bit of off-roading, a bit of dirt biking. I remember again someone left a comment on one of my videos, and they said if you ever want to learn how to properly ride a bike, you need to do motocross. Like, you need to go off-roading, because it's truly the only way you'll learn how to properly manoeuvre a bike. And I agree with what he said. Just say hello to that biker. Cows. Are there any laying down? No, there's not. That's a good sign. That means it shouldn't rain. These lights are definitely going to go yellow. Bingo. I want to quickly apologise as well if you feel like I'm jumping from point to point, because it's been that long. I just want to cover 300 million things, and I don't have enough brain capacity to get it all out in chronological order. Hey up. Oh, it's a bandit. It's fucking bandit, brothers. Do you know what I'm quite upset I didn't do, really? And again, I'm just jumping to another point, so apologies. But I wish I recorded my Mod 2 and my Mod 1 as well. I wish I just recorded them both, because I think it'd make really good content. I mean, it might have added a bit of extra pressure, but I'd have liked to have made a video out of that. I mean, saying that, the Mod 2, I physically couldn't have done, because I didn't have a chin mount, because another story time, me and my dad went to Haworth, Shock, where we always seem to go on bikes, stopped off at a local co-op, put my helmet on my seat, and I think I leant over to sort my laces out, knocked my shoulder on my helmet, and it come falling off the bike. Luckily I sort of caught it between my leg and the bike, but it like caught my GoPro on the ground, so my GoPro took the beating basically. It took the brunt force of the fall, and then it just took my chin mount straight off, which obviously not ideal. But chinmounts.com is, I think they're a Canadian company, so to get another one it takes a few weeks to come sometimes, especially obviously me being in the UK, so I wonder which way my dad wants to go. Are we going left here? Yeah, okay. My little 125 struggles up this hill. And it's little stuff like that, do you know what I mean? It'd be so easier on a 790 on steep hills where you're like caning it at 55 mile an hour and you're not going any quicker. But anyway, what I'm talking about, the chin mount situation. Yeah, it took a few weeks to come, and by the time, and it were a bit shitty weather anyway, I thought, do you know what? By the time I get another one, my mod 2 will be done anyway, so I might as well just wait and order one when weather gets a little bit better. Saying that, look at the state of it. The last week when I've been at work, obviously, it's been lovely weather, incredible weather. I'm talking 20 plus degrees, not a cloud in the sky, perfect bike weather. Anyway, let's get on to the story time of my 790 Duke. So, I spotted this 790 Duke on Auto Trader. It's a private seller, absolutely beautiful bike. When I say I fell in love with it, instantaneously, I mean it, right? It is the most beautiful bike I've ever seen, without a shadow of a doubt. Now, I've probably got rose tinted glasses on, to be fair, but messaged the guy straight away and I was like, it were a decent price for the mileage and stuff like that. Not like too good to be true, but a decent price, do you know what I mean? So it didn't ring any alarm bells. Anyway, I messaged the guy, he told me it was still available. I says, right, you're in Nottingham, I don't care, it's 2 hours away, I want to come see it. It was like, yeah, it's fine. And it seemed really sound. And he is, I say it seemed as if I'm going to follow up and say, and then this happened, they want sound. But no, this guy's sound as old. So I was like, right, this is a match made in heaven, I need this bike. Where's me dad taking me here? Well, that's no good, is it? Anyway, so I arrange a viewing on a Tuesday evening to go after work. So as you know, when you're like waiting to go do something after work, that work day feels 40 times longer than any other normal day. We're driving, ready to go. It's in Nottingham, so we're going from Bradford, like I say, going to be nearly touching a 2 hour drive because of traffic. But just before we get to the main roundabout to join the motorway, the seller of the 790 Duke emails me. There's been a coolant leak on the bike. When I say I've never been as distraught in my life, I mean it. Because this bike, it's a 2024, so it was still under warranty. So I think he bought it brand new. So, I mean, bless this guy, he was like, look, I wanted to be honest with you. And to be fair, he could have very easily took a kitchen towel to it and just wiped it and said, yeah, come get it, do you know what I mean? And seen it off. Man, I've just nearly I don't have the capacity. So anyway, we pull up after I tell my dad I've received this email that there's been a coolant leak, and like I say, the guy very generously said, look, we're gonna go to Judd Racing, which is the dealer's near that guy where he's selling it, and he's gonna get it sorted for us. He says you can still come if you want, but understand it's a long way to come just to like look at it, do you know what I mean? And well, my dad would tell you, if he could talk to you right now, that I was like a bit of a spoilt child, and I will admit that, because I was very upset. I had my dream that week was to pick up that Duke and by the weekend have that bike and have the best weekend of my life. So my bottom lip were quivering, I were right upset, and we didn't go view the bike. However, we are going to view it next Thursday, after it's been in the garage and the coolant leak's been sorted. It's not that much of a red flag. Hey up, what do you want?
Just testing the arm.
Oh, so to summarise, I didn't get the bike when I wanted to get the bike, which upset me, because I was like a kid on Christmas. I want everything yesterday, do you know what I mean? But not all hope is lost. I'm hoping it's just like, I don't know, a faulty rubber seal or something, you know, something cheap that can be fixed easy. It's going into the dealers on the 7th of May, and hopefully it comes out on the 7th of May, and then after work I can go over, view it, hopefully buy it, who knows. But it was just typical, like, we was literally about to go onto the main roundabout, I think to the M62, to go towards where we needed to go, and then I get that email, and to be honest, it's weird because I never usually get emails through to my phone. For some reason the notifications just never come through. And here you have it, ladies and gentlemen, Sladen Valley or Sladen Valley, one of them. For anybody watching, have you guys been through Haworth? It's quite a nice ride really. There's quite a few decent connections of where you could go. What's this lad doing? Because with Haworth you've got like the nice little villagey section, but then you've also got the countryside bit. Now I'm not a big drinker myself, I hope, but you've got nice pubs such as that one, Wuthering Heights. I mean, it's absolutely riddled with scaffold, but a lot of nice pubs about, and definitely when it's a lot more sunnier it's a lot more nicer, do you know what I mean? Come on, you dick. Come on, come on, come on. Alright, don't bother. I'm hoping, guys, that next week is the week I get my 790. And to be fair, I'm going to do a review of it based on the fact that it's restricted. What a beautiful bike that one, like a motocross bike. Because you type in on YouTube like A2 restricted 790 Duke, and I actually challenge you to do it, like find a video, because I couldn't find anything. Luckily there were a guy on my Instagram who popped up to one of my stories when I was talking about 790 Duke, and he told me that he had a 790 Duke restricted and he absolutely loved it. So I'm going to do a nice little review on it, so over the next few weeks be prepared for that. And if you've been following my channel for a while, like mainly on my TikTok and my Instagram, I've talked about it a bit more. I've had an absolute mare with the helmet situation, as everybody in the Discord knows as well. The first helmet I got were a white AGV, and really liked the helmet, and when I got it fit, it felt nice, it felt comfy, but I think because it was my first helmet I didn't really know. And obviously we had someone there fitting it and they held it, and I had to move my head and all the generic stuff you do when you're getting a helmet fitted, and it all seemed bob on. Hey up, what on earth is going on here? But anyway, I rode like an hour with the helmet on and the pain was unbearable. Oh, look at them sheep, man. Honestly, sheep and lambs are the cutest little things ever. Are they on a road or something? I think they are. Oh, it's got quad out. Oh, see what I mean? This is the beauties that Haworth provides sometimes. But anyway, yeah, I got a new helmet at around, I think around December of last year, so a few months ago now, and I think it's a bit better, I won't lie. But have you guys ever had any trouble with helmets? Trouble fitting them, trouble getting the right one? Because it's not really something you play about with and able to get a new helmet every month, do you know what I mean? I mean, the first helmet were, that AGV were about 180 I think in sale. Not cheap. And then this one that I've got on now, this HGC, I mean, I think it were 400 quid. It was 400 quid, and that's fairly expensive. Oh my god, there's oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. Oh my god, this is fantastic. I don't believe it. Oh my god, if my camera's not recording I will hurt myself. That was the greatest thing ever. Well, if you ever need a reason to come to Haworth, that's it. But my helmet fits fine now, I'm pretty sure. What bike are you guys riding at the minute? What licence do you want? You want an A2, a full A? You want still on your CBT? I think definitely this year I'm going to focus more on my YouTube than I am my TikTok and Instagram. With summer around the corner, with a new bike soon, can't wait to push out some more content. I mean, to me this looks so depressing right now. Like, this is why I can't wait for summer. It just looks grey and horrible. But if anyone's got any suggestions of where to take my 790 when I get it, let us know in the comments. I'm really wanting to go to the Yorkshire Dales. I'll go to Malham Cove and stuff like that. I mean, I go there on my 125 and it's not that big of an ask, it's okay, but especially going up and around the back of the cove on the windy roads, they're quite steep, some of them, and you just have to cane first gear the whole way up, and it's a bit painful. Need to get past some of this traffic really, because this is probably the world's most boring video right now, because who wants to see the back of an 09 plate 1 series? Not me, not you. Of course it's a cyclist at the front of all this. Cyclist fault. A funny little story about my Mod 1, and again I'm sorry I'm jumping about a lot here. I watched a guy go to his Mod 1 but for his direct access literally half an hour before I was scheduled to do mine, and he failed. He put his foot down in the U-turn, and I've never felt as much pain for someone ever in my life. If you guys ever sat your Mod 1 and failed, let me know why in the comments. Help other people out. I think one big thing for me, I think I've got a lot better at it over the years for like just tests in general, is if you're nervous, I think you're like 80% more likely to fail. And I know that probably adds even more nerves, so apologies, but I'd truly work on holding your nerves, because whether you're going to do it nervously or you're not going to do it with any nerves, you're still going to do the test, so you might as well better your chances as much as possible and not be nervous. But that's easier said than done, I know it is. If you've had experience on a motorbike before, like out on the roads and stuff, whether it's even as little as 3 months experience, you're capable to pass the mod 1 and even the mod 2, as long as you're not like doing daft stuff like leaving your indicator on while someone's waiting to pull out at a junction and stuff like that. But if you've got experience on a motorbike, you'll pass that mod 1. So I think the number one important thing to focus on to pass your test is your nerves. Mate, they're alpacas. I think I've come down this exact straight before actually, on another video, and said the exact same thing. But you know, normally when you go past a field, you've got cows, you've got horses, you've got sheep, lambs. You don't normally see alpacas. They're normally for the zoos or the farms, proper farms, do you know what I mean, where you pay to visit. Not just like someone's back garden, so it's quite cool to see. Just to let him know I'm here. Fitted a new horn recently. I say I fitted it, my dad fitted it, but he literally he told me he ordered a horn off eBay and it arrived and it was literally a foghorn, like it was the largest thing I've ever seen. So he put it on his Bandit because there was no way I was putting that on my 125. But yeah, because the horn died on me basically. Luckily it wasn't a switch gear or up like that, it was simply just the horn unit being however many years old had run to the end of its life, so we had to get a new one. That is a gorgeous house, or houses. I love sandstone. Would you class that sandstone? Like lighter brick anyway. Got a little stream down the side as well. Wowzer. If all these are turning right, I'm gonna call for help. Turning right. Yeah. It's this high adventure van. It's just they're having the day out, but it's causing me trouble because I can't be outside in traffic. You know what? Do you know what? With this Insta360, it makes me very nervous having it with no case on, because if that just comes loose and that does fall, oh mate, the screen, the lenses, everything is done for. My GoPro's got a case on it. I mean, it's the media mod, but it's a bit bulky, so it would be alright if it come off. But that makes me, you make me nervous. Right, let's have a look. Oh, hello, speed camera. He's left his indicator on. Let me see if I can just tell him. Yeah. Jesus Christ, that were a terrible bit of road. You know what I'd love to do actually as well, I've been thinking about it, get into track days definitely, because again, content wise, that would make for some juicy content. Do you know, I've had a little bit of air seeping through my eyes because I've had it open just a tad, and my face is freezing. Like my face feels stone cold. I tell you something, it feels great not having L plates on this 125. I think the aura just goes up that little bit. Right, I've had enough here. I need to get past all this. I have had enough. I think it must just be a grandma at front of all this. To be fair, one thing I love about car drivers sometimes, but also I'll give a caveat to it as well, when they move right over to the other side of our side of the road obviously to let you pass, but it's not like the best location for you as a biker to pass. There might be a few dodgy junctions, there might be a bit of a blind bend coming up, and you think, you just sort of stay where you are. Unless the road is like an A road and it's completely clear, then fair enough, move over a little bit and I can get past. But sometimes it feels like you're forcing the hand, do you know what I mean? It's like, no love, you get back in middle of the road and I'll just, don't worry about me, I will pass when I'm ready. Although I do really appreciate it, so any car drivers watching this who move over, thank you very much. But sometimes just take into account the road and the surroundings, and you know what I mean, think, if I were a biker, would I pass here? Because I've even seen I think I've seen someone like scrape their alloys on a curb trying to let me past. I'm like, well, you know, they'll probably blame me for that, but it's not exactly my fault. I think overtaking in general on a 790 would be so much easier, but especially when I'm going uphill and I need to overtake, it is brutal on a 125. It is absolutely brutal. You are tucked, you're pinned and you're praying. I've literally got an insurance quote sat ready waiting in my inbox for this 790 as well. I mean, a lot's riding on it, no pun intended, like a lot's riding on it, because I am going to be like a really upset, spoilt child if like we go and it's just not right. Because I think you get that feeling, don't you? I mean, I think I've already got the feeling from seeing pictures and videos of it, but when you see it in person, I'm hoping it hits the same. Like, I've been to places like my local Superbike factory and stuff to sit on 790s, and yeah, they feel good, man. They feel so good. I just like how you feel like you're on a big bike, but it don't feel too big and clunky at the same time, if that makes any form of sense, because I think they are naturally a slimmer bike. I think the Dukes are in general, well, apart from the 1290, that's an absolute fat beast, but 125 to sort of like 890, and even the 990, I can't speak, the 990, I think that's even quite slim. Could be wrong. Well, there's no point in me doing that, will there? 193 a litre for diesel. Crikey. Ramp. Hello. Where? Aha! Jesus Christ. Good thing for the sign. I'd have absolutely took flight. Oh, like Mount Everest. See, this is very enjoyable. It's just touching 70, sorry. And I'm in 6th gear, 10,000 revs. This wind is impeccable. I feel like if I let go of my bars, it'd throw me off. Yeah. Wow, I could have a Mackies right now. Look at it. Just won't go over 70, will she? Do you know, if my Insta360 manages on one battery throughout this whole journey, I'll be very, very shocked. Because I do need to order another one, but I've just never gotten around to it. And I think I'm about 30 minutes from home right now. And I think when I last looked, before I turned the screen off, it looked like it sort of had 30 odd %, so we'll see how that goes. My GoPro batteries as well. To be fair, I'd love to switch from GoPro to DJI. So I've got a DJI Mic Mini, I've got a DJI gimbal, I've got obviously the DJI Mini 4 Pro. Like, I love DJI and all their tech, and I've heard that their cameras, like the Osmo Actions, are really, really good. Obviously they're all interchangeable, all the batteries and stuff through each product that they have, apart from obviously the drones, but all the cameras and stuff, all the products are interchangeable, which is really, really good. But I'd like to know about the battery life, to be fair. I need to do some research into it, because these GoPro batteries are supposed to be Enduro batteries, but I'll be very surprised if, I mean, I switched my GoPro battery, I've got 3 GoPro batteries, but they do die fairly quick. This is a nightmare road. Shouldn't have come this way, I could stay on gravel. Still on the green light here, so hurry up, woman. That's the petrol station we stopped at. Fantastic bit of driving. But that's the petrol station we stopped at on the Route 59 cafe ride out, I believe, when it absolutely pounced it down. Camera, watch it. Jesus, there's a lot of cameras around here, man. It's like 3 or 4 in the space of about 300 yards. I'll tell you something, I absolutely hate riding into Bradford, around Bradford, out of Bradford. Say out of Bradford, it's probably the best bit of getting out of Bradford, but you have to go through Bradford to get out of it, and it's really painful, especially the city centre bit. Also, the sun now decides to come out. Well, that is brilliant, isn't it? But like I say, guys, I can't wait to get this 790 Duke and do some content. Like I say, I'm gonna hopefully, I don't see why not, create a little video for my YouTube, getting the bike and definitely riding it home. Like that first ride home on the 790 Duke, it would be a criminal offence to not record that journey home, so look forward to that. Is there still a red light flashing on there somewhere?
Yeah.
Right, and there you go, my Insta360 stopped now, battery's dead. Well, it did a good job, didn't it? But hopefully when I do get this 790, the weather just picks up a little bit. And to be fair, I was quite upset that I didn't get it for the bank holiday, which is Monday, but it's going to be pissing it down anyway. Now don't get me wrong, I would have liked to have gone out with it come rain or shine, just because it's a new bike, but it'd be a lot more preferable to ride it in this sort of weather. Low fuel. Do you know what? That's the first time I've ever had that ever in my life. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know where I need to locate my chin for you to have a look at that. But low fuel, oh my word. I'm gonna tell my father. Well, there's a first time for everything, isn't there? I shit myself though when that yellow triangle come on, I won't lie to you. Fucking hell, didn't see that bump. And again. Christ alive! They're hiding away in the sun. He didn't see that. Hang on a minute. Just realised my no fuel's gone off. Well, low fuel. I mean, that's fantastic. That is a rather nice but a rather large vehicle. Size of them tyres, man. It's like the size of my bike. I tell you what, if you're from Bradford though and you see this city centre bit and you drive through it, how much better is this layout than that horrible roundabout they had years ago? Like, my god, it was terrible. It was just crash city. People just didn't have a clue how to work it. Oh, hey up. No fuel's come back on. Jesus Christ, every man and the dog is wanting fuel at this present minute. He's having a good look, that guy, isn't he? If you made it this far in the video, guys, then thank you very much for watching. It is very much appreciated. If you do hit that subscribe button, make sure you're here for the future content. As I've said throughout this video, it's going to be a lot better, a lot more exciting content with the new bike, the better weather, better locations, and I can do that as well. There you go. Well, that's his outro, you could say. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.